Good evening. Um, this is a photograph of the legendary housing project called Pruitt-Igoe. Pruitt-Igoe was built in the 50s in North St. Louis. It was made up of 33 buildings that were 11 stories high. It was also considered one of the worst examples of public housing. In the 70s, it finally made its end when all 33 buildings were imploded, leaving a massive vacant lot. Over time, this vacant lot slowly transformed itself into an urban forest. It was this forest that inspired me to go in and take photographs. And while I was taking photographs, I started to think that Pruitt-Igoe was designed for community. But now Pruitt-Igoe is nature, so what community could naturally live there? And that community for me were bees. And that's where the Pruitt-Igoe Bee Sanctuary started. The Pruitt-Igoe Bee Sanctuary is a public proposal to the city of St. Louis to transform the urban forest into a public space that cultivates community through beekeeping and urban agriculture. In 2010, I did the site-specific sculpture that references the architect Yamasaki's design. So why do bees need a sanctuary? Bees have been facing colony collapse and have been disappearing all over the world. And this is a serious issue because bees pollinate the majority of our food, so we actually need them for survival. At the same time, in 2011, St. Louis also lost population. So St. Louis and bees were in the same boat. So I thought to myself, why don't we start a partnership? I received an Art Matters grant to do research, and it took me to Bicorp, Spain, where I documented an 8,000-year-old cave drawing, and it was the first record of humans interacting with bees. And it became very apparent to me that bees have been with us since the beginning, and they've played a major role in our survival. The next question I had to ask myself is, can bees be in public space? And that took me to the Luxembourg Gardens in Paris, France. The Luxembourg Gardens have the oldest beekeeping school in the world. They have over 1 million bees in the park. And what was nice, the bees were living in harmony. Parisians were eating cheese and drinking wine, and the bees were doing their thing. The bees were pollinating the garden and the orchard. And at the end, they have a big harvest. Inspired by this model, I came back and I created this design. Not having access to this site, I implemented a small pilot project that was made possible by the Guggenheim Foundation in a local community. And on this pilot project, I've been teaching workshops on the creative strategies of activating vacant lots through beekeeping, gardening, and the studio arts. And we transformed that vacant lot into this. In addition, I also work with students, educating them about the history and the importance of Pruitt-Igoe. And we do these cleaning performances where they're able to have a one-on-one connection and explore the site and beautify it by cleaning up trash. So what are my next steps? Since I don't have access to the site, I'm interested in purchasing it. I will need help from consultants that can aid me in fundraising and negotiating with developers in the city of St. Louis. In addition, I would like to continue my beekeeping workshops. So anybody that's interested in sponsoring a hive for $2,000, that will allow me to connect beekeeping with communities. In addition, I would like to continue to develop my project through exploring the urban forest, creating artwork, and developing a public campaign. So anybody that can offer any suggestions on fellowships or residencies, that would be good too. The Pruitt-Igoe history books are still open, and with your help, we can end this on a positive note by transforming one of the worst examples of public housing into a leading example of renewal, and I thank you.